Hi, welcome to another edition of Fleet Momentum video series produced by Automotive Fleet Magazine. I'm Fleet Group Associate Publisher Chris Brown. This series is designed to put a spotlight on key leaders, trends, and product offerings in the fleet management industry. This episode is sponsored by and produced in partnership with Fleet Response. Today, we'll be talking to Rick Jacko, Adjuster and Maintenance Manager for Fleet Response, and Lindsey Fade, Maintenance Supervisor for Fleet Response. In this episode, we're talking catalytic converters, why thieves want them, and steps fleets can take to mitigate theft. Okay, well, Rick and Lindsey, welcome to this edition of Fleet Momentum video series.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having us.
Sure. Thanks for being here. Before we start, just tell us a little bit about Fleet Response.
Okay, Fleet Response is a third-party administrator for any person with a fleet of vehicles. It doesn't matter the amount. We handle accident management, where we will handle your collision repair, any maintenance needs such as brakes, tires, oil changes. We have a driver safety program, which is also designed to reduce accidents and mitigate any incidents on part of the driver. Pretty much anything that has to do with the maintenance of your fleet, accident management, or driver safety is something that is included in our services.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'm talking to the right people on this one, right? I mean, what's been in the news so much recently? Catalytic converters, a part of a vehicle. My gosh. Let's just first get into, Rick, what is a catalytic converter and what's its main function?
Okay, I mean, the very boring technical definition is it's an emission exhaust device. It's designed to kind of take, for lack of a better word, bad mixes and it converts those bad chemicals or gases or something into something that is more friendly for the environment. So when it comes in, the exhaust gas will mix into the converter itself. The different elements inside of the converter will basically kind of reduce any of the bad elements in there. So it goes out the exhaust pipe and it's cleaner for the emissions. That's the long version of it.
Got it. Okay.
What people know is it's a very expensive part that they occasionally have to replace in order for their vehicle to run right.
Sure. So why is it so popular to steal?
It's money. It's money. The elements that are in here, like platinum, palladium, rhodium, these are all high dollar. For example, platinum was $1,100 an ounce in 2021. Now it's closer, and it's going to bridge around $1,700-1,800 an ounce this year, and it's only going to increase. So, this is a big ticket item for someone who wants to make some money and is willing to break the law, because I mean, it's very easy to do.
Sure. Okay. So, Lindsey, we've all been dealing with these supply constraints coming out of the pandemic, right? I mean, is there still a back order and sourcing issues when it comes to catalytic converters?
Yes, there is. So many of them are being stolen that the dealers just cannot keep up with the OE manufactured parts. Some of them were waiting 6, 9, 12 months to receive a back-ordered OE converter.
Wow. Okay. I mean, and that kind of gets into, looking at replacement options. I mean, it's great to have OE parts, but we've got aftermarket opportunities. I mean, what's your feeling on where to go, where a fleet should go?
Obviously, you always want to go OE if it is available, just because that's what the vehicle's made to run with. But they do offer some aftermarket options. We got a few brands that we stick with that have good warranties on them that we won't have issues with. MagnaFlow, Walker, AP Emission Technologies. They all carry a 5-year warranty, and a lot of them are direct fit, not just a bolt-on converter.
Okay, great. Hey, let's just talk real quick about the fleet units that, there's different fleet sectors. Some fleet sectors have kind of a lower percentage of converter thefts. And then the second part of that question is that the models that are maybe popular and not popular with thieves. Rick, why don't you take that one?
The models that are popular are vehicles that you can get underneath. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it should take a good thief about 30 seconds to really steal one of these parts, but it's all about having access to it, sliding in, cutting it, getting out, and getting out. So a secure lot is no impediment. Theft deterrent devices, they're really not effective because of determined theft, he's going to get it anyways. So vehicles higher up, pickup trucks, your box trucks, you're not going to see these typically on a lot of automobiles that are low to the ground, just because it's very hard to get underneath and get out, make a quick exit. I mean, let's face it. I mean, you want to be in and out and not be discovered. That's the whole point of this. So we don't see a lot of them on automobiles, the typical passenger car. We see these on the box trucks and the vehicles higher off the ground, you know, the fleet pickup trucks and such. Vehicles that typically we don't see any vehicle built before 1974. They don't have the emissions in them. So vehicles with low ground clearance makes perfect sense. Non-hybrid, American and Asian models. For some reason, they are not desirable. And I actually did a little research on them. They recover maybe $100 on these type of converters as opposed to $700, $800 a pop.
Okay, and 700, $800 a pop. Again, just define what those units are.
That would be what they can get. If I were to steal the catalytic converter off your vehicle, okay, and I were to turn that in for scrap, someone is going to pay me $700 for that part.
Right. Okay.
Okay, but as long as it's from a desirable. If it's not, if it's one of the ones that we see electric cars or vehicles built, you know, with below ground clearance, you're not going to see that. It's typically not going to happen just because of the getting in and out.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I mean, this leads to the question of how do fleets really protect themselves?
We see a plethora of ways that our clients are trying to reduce the thefts, whether it be through cages, which cage the entire part, or you know, they have the individual. They kind of looks like a rebar structure around the converter. So we see that quite a bit. Unfortunately, we don't see any of these devices as an effective deterrent. Again, a determined thief is going to get to this part regardless. So to offer a recommendation to anybody as trying to find something that is going to be a deterrent, Lindsey and I both recommend that we just simply paint them. An unscrupulous scrapyard is still going to process it, but if they are a legitimate, respected scrap group, they are going to turn that away because it has been altered, it has been painted, and at that point, they will just figure it as a stolen part and not do anything with it. But again, we're at the mercy of the unscrupulous yards that will take this without question. They get cash money, and these people are in and out in a matter of minutes.
One thing we can say is just park them in a well-lit area.
Sure.
Move them, put them in a garage somewhere where they can't have access to them.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. Good common sense stuff. I mean, that takeaway about painting them. I mean, if there's one thing that our audience gets today, I mean, that's a really great recommendation, and probably not as expensive as the bolt-on harnesses and cages and stuff. Yeah. Well, hey, that's great. Short and sweet, asked and answered, right? We figured out a problem and a little bit of a solution here, and it's still a growing problem, I guess we'd say. And I guess we'll be tracking it as we move along. I want to thank both of you guys for joining us today on Fleet Response.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for having us. I mean, it's been great, and hopefully the information that we provided will help others kind of in the same boat as we are.
Sure. Thanks so much.